Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Obviously, some tough news for the Sooner fans. Yesterday, as Williams Nwaneri, five-star defensive lineman, decides to commit to Missouri, but less than 24 hours later, some potentially really good news for Sooner fans in the 2025 class, which is turning out to be, or potentially turning out to be, a really special class for the Sooners in that 2025 cycle. As four-star tight end Nate Roberts has decommitted to Notre Dame, and from what you're hearing, it sounds like Oklahoma is making a real push. This is the number two player in the state of Oklahoma, the number two tight end in the whole entire country. And one of my favorite prospects, diving into the film when he committed to Notre Dame, this is a dude that's kind of a rare breed of high school tight ends, right? You look at a lot of tight ends coming out of the high school ranks, a lot of them are split out wide, kind of treated as jumbo slot wide receivers. Nate Roberts is an inline dude who can block like the best of them, and really a complete tight end that would massively help this Sooners team, not only in inline blocking, but working over the middle of the field. A monster after the catch. Going to break down Nate Roberts, talk a little bit about what this Sooners class could look like in 2025. Now, before we do, again, just want to say thank you to the Sooner fans. And I've already ordered some Oklahoma gear. Like, it's been a blast talking this team. The support from you guys truly means a lot. So hopefully next time we're talking Oklahoma, maybe you got an Oklahoma t-shirt on. So appreciate you guys rocking with the boys. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. And let's get into Nate Roberts. And I first want to preface why this class could be so special for Oklahoma. And one is, you look at the talent inside the state of Oklahoma in the 2025 cycle, they're already off to a phenomenal start, a top five class in 2025. But more importantly, you look at the talent level in the state of Oklahoma. They got, what, 4 or 5 guys in the top 100 national rankings. It's a really deep talent pool for Oklahoma in state. And so that's already going to be a tailwind at their back. And we talk about it. Moving to the SEC, potentially Brent Venables putting together a really good season in 2023, I think could springboard Oklahoma on the 2025 class cycle. I'm all used to talking 2024. But I do want to talk about Nate Roberts, right? Committed to Notre Dame, has just decommitted from Notre Dame and is reopening up his recruitment. And it does sound like Oklahoma is a massive player in this. And you turn on the film and we'll take a deeper dive into Nate Roberts if he does commit to Oklahoma. But there is so much to like about this kid. And one, I talked about like the receiving chops. Very good receiver, but specifically over the middle of the field. A massive frame, really tough over the field, and does have really good chops working after the catch. You're going to see physicality. It takes multiple guys to bring him down, and you see the speed in the open field. But this is where I love most, and it's so rare at this like era of high school football to see tight ends being kind of in line and being treated like traditional tight ends. Nate Roberts is a guy that you're going to see some blocking reps too that are really impressive, but works the middle of the field well. An absolute animal after the catch, just kind of runs people over, an absolute truck. But I love how he works over the middle field, kind of Austin Stogner vibes in terms of how dominant he can be as a big target over the middle of the field, which I think is so massive in these offenses. Also really good at the catch point. Like, that big physical frame is really good at going up and attacking the football in the air. There's a lot to like about what Nate Roberts brings to the table, but potentially my favorite part about it. And again, you rarely get to see this from high school tight ends, because if you're an elite tight end, you're primarily used as a pass catcher until you get to the college level where you got to learn how to block. Devon Mitchell, probably a good example of that. That's no knock on Devon Mitchell, just saying he's going to have to put it together if he wants to be an inline tight end in terms of blocking. Nate Roberts, like, you see the chops. Like, this dude is an absolute animal in terms of run blocking. He wants to run block. He has the physical tool set to run block. A really physical dude in line, which is potentially my favorite aspect of what Nate Roberts brings to the table. Again, slipping him out, really, really good at the catch point, sneaking out there, good feet. You look at the numbers from last year, like, and this is a sophomore in high school. We're talking about 33 catches for 705 yards, 11 touchdowns. That's 21.4 yards per catch. I don't know if you could find another tight end with that yards per catch that Nate Roberts has. And you take a look at this Oklahoma class in 2025, and they've already locked up a few of the top kids from Oklahoma. Obviously, quarterback Kevin Sperry, who we're just, I think, really excited about this Oklahoma quarterback room in general, right? You have Jackson Arnold in the 2023 class, Michael Hawkins, Kevin Sperry, it's a loaded quarterback room that, I mean, at some point, like these guys all want competition. And what does competition and depth bring? It brings talent, right? Like one of those guys is going to emerge, probably Jackson Arnold, as a true stud at the quarterback position. And then you take a look at what they're building around these potential quarterbacks, even looking at the 2024 class, guys like Zion Kearney, Devon Mitchell, Taylor Tatum, the number one running back in the class. The skill talent that's going to be around these quarterbacks is next level. And then you look at the 2025 class, right? Four-star top 100 national receiver Jaden Mickens, 6'3", 190, Elijah Thomas, and then you have Kevin Sperry. This is a class for Oklahoma that my takes on the 2024 classes, they're going to be just fine. Like this, I think will be a top 10 class when it's all said and done. But then you look at 2025 and you talk about stacking good recruiting classes as you move into the SEC, where depth and talent is going to be even more important than it already was for Oklahoma. You got to be feeling really good about where this program is. Nate Roberts decommitting from Notre Dame. It sounds like Oklahoma is going to be a big player in this one for Sooner fans. I'd certainly keep an eye on that. Again, that's all I have for you guys right now. Appreciate you rocking with the boys again. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll talk to y'all later.